Hello, welcome to episode 2 of the Talking Tunes podcast. I'm Jenny.
And I'm Callum.
We're back again for another episode.
Back again.
Not a little bit later. Yeah, a little bit later than we planned, but it's okay. We're both kind of busy and we're planning.
I think the beginning of this podcast is always going to be a bit all over the place because we are traveling, so it's going to be a bit harder.
Yeah, once we're settled, things might be more regular.
Yeah, we actually have 9 days in Japan coming up, which is probably going to put a big hump in the recording. Yeah, but that's fine.
But when we're back,
it'll be really easy.
Talk about, track out some concerts over there.
Yeah,
be cool. Have some stuff to talk about.
I think we should dive straight in. Yeah. So there's some general news I think we want to go over.
Yeah, I think rather than have like a news section, I think we're just going to talk about that really in detail because there's some big stuff going on, isn't there?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think let's talk about should we talk about the immediate news first, which is the development from literally last night, I think. As of this recording, this will probably be a few nights ago by the time this goes up. But Slipknot have had some drama.
So like a week ago now, the band posted like a statement and they were just like, after 10 years.
I'll get it up. I've got the
exact statement. Can get it up. We'll read it up.
This is the exact statement.
We would like to thank Jay Weinberg for his dedication and passion over the last 10 years. No one can ever replace Joey Jordison's original sound, style, or energy, but Jay honoured Joey's parts and contributed to the last 3 albums, and we, the band, and the fans appreciate it. But as ever, Slipknot is intent on evolving. The band has decided to make a creative decision and part ways with Jay. We wish Jay all the best and are very excited for what the future holds. So for context, if you don't know who Slipknot are, Slipknot, a heavy metal band, been really famous since like the early 2000s. First drummer was Joey Jordison, who was replaced by Jay Weinberg in like 2013. And that statement was saying they've just kicked out Jay Weinberg, basically.
Yeah. So full disclosure, I'm not a huge Slipknot fan. So I don't have huge emotional weight in this.
Neither of us have a huge lot of context really for this.
Yeah, I know that Slipknot have infamously been quite tumultuous. Like singers have changed, band members have changed loads, sometimes for good reasons, sometimes for not so good reasons. I know that much. But I think what's getting to people about this, and there is more context, there is a response from Jay himself, which adds a bit of fire.
Recent.
But what people weren't initially pretty upset about is the way they've worded this. It does seem a bit dismissive.
Pretty rude. It's clear that they've had like a falling out because that's what I said when I first read it. It's sort of, oh, thank you, but the first guy is better, and also we've kicked you out, and we're excited for the future.
The words read, no one can ever replace Joey Jordison's original sound, style, or energy, but Jay honoured it, and it's almost like they're saying,
that he wasn't a real member of the band.
Yeah, which he's been there for over 10 years, and 3 albums have been recorded whilst he's been with them. Yeah. So it's
pretty disrespectful.
Yeah, to not acknowledge that, it feels like there's something more going on. They've obviously had some sort of falling out, surely, for it to go like that. And if you want to quickly listen to what Jay said in response. So it was on November the 5th that Slipknot originally announced it. And then I think this is literally like a couple of nights ago that he posted this. Do you want to read it?
Yeah, so Jay said, how long is this?
It's quite long.
Okay, I'm going to, I don't want to
read the intro.
It'd be like a long bit. So he just talks about how it meant a lot to him to be in the metal scene and play with Slipknot and stuff. The important bit really is just where he says, I was heartbroken and blindsided to receive the phone call that I did on the morning of November 5th, the news of which most of you learned shortly after. However, I've been overwhelmed by it and truly grateful for the outpouring of love and support I've received from this incredible community I consider to be my creative and artistic home. And then he just says how, confusion and stress, thank you for the comfort, and he'll make music again, basically.
Yeah, it definitely stands out to me that he's saying how he was blindsided.
Well, yeah, so basically they've all made the decision without him and then just shafted him out.
Yeah, because as
Yeah.
well, the fact, so what strikes me is he said he received a phone call on the morning of the 5th. We found out on the 5th.
5th.
So they probably had everything prepared for the socials and things like that to be like, he's gone, because they'd obviously made the decision. There was no discussion. It was like, you're gone. Which is a shame, because I think Slipknot recently, I think Corey Taylor has made a good sort of like, with the band having a pretty tumultuous sort of identity. Corey Taylor's done a pretty good job, I think, at turning it around and being pretty beloved by fans. Like, he is adored. His solo stuff as well. So it's a bit weird to see this. Like, it makes me wonder if there's more to it. It makes me wonder if maybe Jay did something and they just don't want to talk about it because they don't want to. Maybe they're doing him a favor by not mentioning it, or maybe they are trying to cover face and they are just being really dismissive.
Or like what I said, I wouldn't be surprised if they're recording and there's creative differences, and rather than negotiate, they're just kicking him out, because I think in their eyes he's not a real member of the band almost. By the way, like, from these statements.
Definitely screams drama, but also I'm glad that it hasn't blown up in a crazy way, because it definitely tarnishes a band when you get like proper infighting. I mean, like, I don't look at Kasabian, for example, the same way. I really respect them for what they did. Like, that's a different situation.
That's a whole nother, we can talk about that actually.
Completely different, but just in general, like, when there is fallings out, disagreements, or people being kicked out for justified or unjustified reasons, it definitely hurts the fans' view of the band, and it makes it harder to listen to, because someone might have done something.
Well, it's like with gender roles. When they kicked him out and they were like, we're not ever going to associate with him again, but they didn't give any detail, which I kind of respect, because it's clear he did something bad, but it's like there's no need to ruin the band's music for people. Like,
for context, Gender Roles, because they're quite a small band, they're a small punk band from the Birmingham scene, 3-piece, so it's a very small group, very independent, very like of the people. And then literally one day they just up and went, it was the drummer and the bassist were like, we parted ways with the lead singer and we want absolutely nothing to do with him. He will like no longer have any contact with us. We will not socialize with him at all. So it's pretty clear.
But they didn't give any.
It's pretty clear he's done something heinous by the sounds of it. But I agree. It's really nice for them to not, because there's no need to publicize the wrongdoings, because
everything doesn't have to be public.
Exactly. Like, it's not protecting him, it's protecting fans, because then it means that people can still listen to the music knowing that they are no longer supporting him, but without having it tarnished.
Well, also at the end of the day, like, not everything, people aren't entitled to every single piece of information. People are entitled to know that the band won't be making more music, but they're not necessarily entitled to know the full details of why. I think nowadays with social media and everything, that's such a shocking thing, because I think it's just so normal now to overshare every detail, but it's not necessary.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Like, I think privacy, especially with these kinds of like scandals and disagreements, it just doesn't need to be public information why they've fallen out, what he's done.
No, it really doesn't.
Like, there are times before, like, pre-internet, where often it was as well. But again, like with the Stone Roses, like how they had a problem with managers and contracts and money and stealing money and that kind of thing. It doesn't need to be public, that kind of thing. I'm not saying it shouldn't be, but like, I respect the band's decision to say there's no need to publicize every detail. We're letting you know what's happening. That's it.
And for anyone who likes punk music, you can check out their new band. I can't remember its name, but if you look it up, you'll find it. So go support the new band instead of the old band. But that's probably about it for Slipknot. In other news.
So other news, the Grammy
nominations.
What am I trying to say? Nominations came out the other day.
Interesting, aren't they? I haven't really seen them, so you have to enlighten me.
I have it all here. There's a bit. there's a lot, and there's a lot that we can talk about. The main thing is that Olivia Rodrigo is up for best rock song. Rock.
Yeah.
When she is literally a pop artist. She just uses electric guitars so people think she's like pop punk, but she's up for best rock song. And just to give you context, if you've ever heard an Olivia Rodrigo song, you'll know how wrong this is. But just to make it make sense, I'm going to read out who she's up against. So
this is going to really upset me.
This is the whole category of best rock song. Rolling Stones, Angry. Queens of the Stone Age, Emotion Sickness. Boy Genius, Not Strong Enough. Foo Fighters, Rescued. Olivia Rodrigo, Ballad of a Homeschooled Girl. I mean, and she'll win it.
I will.
She'll
confess.
win it because
Wait,
she's like hot in the industry.
I haven't heard her song, so I actually can't comment on what I think of the song.
It's not rock.
Have you heard it?
No.
You're just throwing out accusations.
So we just listened to the song, and it kind of is a rock song.
Yeah, we might have got that bit a bit wrong.
My bad. But everything else we said is valid and true. And to be fair to us, we are not the only people saying that she shouldn't be up for best rock song. That's a very popular opinion.
Yeah,
Oops.
It's not, no, because even people, she's loved on Twitter. She is loved.
I know,
but ever since this came out, everyone on Twitter is being, look, I love her, but she shouldn't be in this category. Even people who are fans of her are saying she should not be in this category.
I get that rock music doesn't have to be heavy metal. I understand that.
No, okay, but like...
Wait. I get that. And I also get that the Grammys has always been more of a popularity contest than anything else at its core. Like, they do try to say that they support talent over things, and sometimes they do pick the right people. But I think a lot of people know that deep down, like, popularity is a huge part of it. And I also recognize that there is a big claim that Olivia Rodrigo is almost 90% industry plant.
I think she's a plant. Well, she is a plant pretty much by definition because she was on the Disney Channel.
But I hadn't finished.
Carry on.
I think, like... Hello?
Weird noise over there.
I think that it's fair to say that doesn't disqualify anyone from being nominated for a category in the Grammys. Cool that she got nominated. What I'm more upset about... Sorry, there's weird sounds happening outside our apartment. I think someone's moving something. Anyway, what's more upsetting about all of this than the fact that maybe she's not rock, maybe blah, blah, is the fact that she's up against genuinely some amazing music, but all of us know deep down she's going to win it. That's the worst bit. It's like, it's cool that she got her nomination. It's cool that, like, young people are being recognized, but it's not cool that justified, like, that it's unjustified that she's going to win. Obviously she could not win. I get that. Like, we're just assuming, but, like, I know I'm a Queen of the Stone Age fanboy, but how could something like that not win? How could something like, even Foo Fighters, actually, that's a good song. I listened, that was a good song.
Foo Fighters.
The Foo Fighters. And, like, that also has, like, big, strong emotional ties. Like, I think that's the logical answer because of that was the song to honor Taylor Hawkins, as well as being a good song. Like, that kind of should win. But will it? Yeah.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay. Give her that she got a nomination, but she's also nominated like 5 other times. It's the rock category that people have a problem with. She, of course, is going to be nominated because she's so popular, and she deserves a nomination, and it's good that young people are getting recognised, but she should not be in the rock category, full stop. She should just not be. Put
it this way, if she headlined...
Because she did that flat scream,
if she headlined a rock festival, I'd be pretty upset.
Well, yeah, she should just not, because that whole thing you said, like, yeah, it is good she's nominated, but she has other categories she's nominated in. she's nominated for like, and all the other categories she's in are pop categories.
Yeah.
And then she's got a song in best rock category. She's clearly in there because people are pushing her and because she has people in high places.
Yeah, it's
and because
so upsetting.
Because she's so big in the industry, people want to industry people want to support her.
Yeah.
I believe she's a plant because she's literally from Disney Channel.
Yeah,
so she has all of that backing behind her music, promoting her music digitally on TikTok. Like Driver's License, before her first album came out, it was a TikTok sound. Like, and it was viral. Most of these viral sounds is a marketing product where it's planted and made viral by people working for the record labels until it catches on organically. And then, but half the first people doing it are not fans. They're not using the sound because they like it. They are doing it to push it. So it's all subliminal. And then by the time the album comes out, everyone thinks they've discovered her through TikTok. No one's discovered her. She's been pushed.
Should we look at the other Grammy nominations?
I'm not finished.
I know, but the problem is that you can go on and on about this, but there is always a line where it's like, just because that's the case, that doesn't mean she's not justified in being nominated for awards.
But she should. I'm not saying that she should be nominated for awards. She just shouldn't be getting a rock award.
Yeah.
And, you know, good on her. I hope she gets all of them apart from the rock one.
Yeah.
You know, good for her. I don't have a problem with her. I'm sure she's a lovely girl, but she shouldn't get an award for best rock song. And, you know, I hope she doesn't get that one. I hope she gets the other ones. I hope she doesn't get that one.
To compare it to something else as well, I'd just like to talk about the Grammys in general. The fact that the Grammys are just a glorified popularity contest.
These award shows always just frustrate me.
Because it's like, at least, like, so the Oscars, right? If we look at films, Oscars aren't great. They are also pretty much a popularity contest. But at least they put a pretty good effort into nominating smaller / foreign / other films for like the big awards, as opposed to just nominating Hollywood films.
Yeah.
That is something that, like, I know it's bad. They still end up picking normally the wrong options, but there is still some credence of like actual recognition for smaller independent stuff. The Grammys just doesn't even pretend. Like, it does not pretend. The fact that, so I'm just looking at this headline, Taylor Swift breaks the nomination record. Did she release new music? I swear she just released old music.
I think so.
Like, is she nominated? Like, can we check this? Can we fact check this right now? Like, what she was nominated for? Because if she's been broken,
Anti-Hero is a new song. She's up for Anti-Hero.
Oh, does that come under it? Okay.
Or Record of the Year, sorry.
Okay. If that's the case, then fair enough. Because I was thinking that she'd only done the re-release.
I think she does have new songs, but I'm not sure.
Gosh.
See, literally, Olivia Rodrigo under Pop Power.
We're looking at the BBC right now, and they've labelled Olivia Rodrigo under Pop Power, and yet she's nominated for Best Rock Song. Can we look at some of the other nominations?
Yeah, I have a few things that I want to say. For one, I actually think this is a really interesting anti-argument against you saying it's a popularity contest. Which, you know, it's funny because I kind of agree with it and I actually kind of don't. But there's not a single K-pop nomination in there.
Oh, really?
Which is like, it's funny, like, rag on K-pop, blah, blah, blah. But, like, it is actually, like, K-pop group, like, BTS is one of the biggest groups in the world. And it's a huge industry.
I think BTS have some sort of record where it's like they're the most streamed musician on the entire, on like any social, I think.
It is one of the biggest genres, like most popular genres in the world, with huge groups that are really popular in America and in England. So I think that's interesting that that's been snubbed, because that sort of means it's just interesting. It's very exclusive.
Yeah.
What was the other thing I was going to say?
I'd like to look at the rock nominations.
I'm getting.
All right. You take your time.
Also, it's very female-led, which is cool, for once. What was the other thing I was going to say? K-pop.
I wonder if that's...
Oh, that was the other thing I said. They've had to make a distinction because of AI within the last year becoming so big. They've had to put a statement out and basically go, on the topic of AI, no AI song can or will be nominated. If there's no human authorship, it will not be in here.
I have a crazy story about AI. Can I quickly tell it? Very quickly.
Yes.
Did you know an AI artist made a song, recreated Damon Albarn's voice as 2D, and then published it saying featuring Gorillaz? Spotify got tricked by it and put it into the official Gorillaz playlist.
That triggers me.
Gorillaz had nothing to do with the song.
When did this happen?
Literally like a few weeks ago. I'll quickly bring it up. You keep talking. Actually,
I can't keep talking when you're not.
Let me bring it up. It's just crazy. Sorry, I know this is just. I had to bring this up because it's actually crazy this happened. Oh no, that's the wrong one. Okay, I really hope I can find this in time. Otherwise, this is just. Yeah, it's LARP. This is it. This happened, I think, about a month ago. Yeah, so he's called the track LARP. And basically, he used AI for Damon's voice, so to pretend it was 2D.
He'll just get sued. He can't do that.
I think he has been sued by the
he can't.
Apparently the PR team is like jumped on him. But it's crazy that Spotify literally put it on. They didn't verify anything. The fact that AI is that good that it can bypass Spotify.
And also that he stole the rap verse from another song and just put it through Damon's voice.
That's crazy.
So yeah, he got the Damon voice to just say someone else's song.
How crazy is that? Sorry, I had to mention that when you mentioned AI because, yeah, it really upset me. Please.
Okay, that's awful. Anyway, yeah, so I'm not going to read them all out because there's a lot, but I'll just go through like a couple nominations. Yeah, like a lot of women, which is really cool. Song of the Year is pretty predictable. There's Lana Del Rey, Taylor Swift, John Batiste, Dua Lipa, Miley Cyrus, SZA, Olivia Rodrigo, and Billie Eilish.
Is that how you say it? SZA? Didn't know that.
You've made me doubt myself now. Yeah, best new artist, Ice Spice is in there. She'll get it. You know. Whatever.
Yeah, Ice Spice probably will.
Best alternative music album: Arctic Monkeys, Boy Genius, Lana Del Rey, Gorillaz, and PJ Harvey's up for that one.
Oh, really?
I don't think she'll get. I think that album's far too like indie for that category. But
you know, I don't think it was received very well. The album.
Really?
Yeah,
I think she's just.
It's a bit too experimental. I think a few people were like, it doesn't do much,
well,
which is fair enough.
This is the problem, is like because she's so experimental and she just does what she wants.
Yeah.
A lot of, if you're not into that kind of thing, her music, some of it isn't that listenable.
Yeah.
Like if you're not already into her style. Gorillaz is up for that one as well, and Arctic Monkeys. Hopefully, one of them gets it.
Yeah, I don't think Arctic Monkeys deserve it. I don't think the car was amazing. It was pretty good, but like it doesn't deserve best alternative album. Gorillaz probably deserves it.
Yeah, like best alternative music performance. Arctic Monkeys and Paramore are among those ones.
That's cool. Paramore actually probably could.
They could get that
pretty
one.
Cool.
I've already read out best rock song, so I won't bother with that one again. But best rock album is Foo Fighters, Greta Van Fleet, Metallica, Paramore.
Wait.
And Queens of the Stone Age.
Okay, Queens of the Stone Age deserve that 100%. Like, okay, I want to do a whole episode where we do a review of the album. I know it's a bit late now. There's a few albums that came out like in the last 6 months that are literally some of our favorite bands ever, and they've all released albums within like a couple months. Yeah. Like it was like Blur, Demo Pappy, Royal Blood, Queens of the Stone Age, Psychedelic Porn Crumpets just dropped one, King Gizzard, and Tiger Cub. And Queens of the Stone Age is genuinely one of my favorite albums by them.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's actually insane. So I really hope they win because it's such a well-crafted album.
And yeah, I'll just whip through like a couple more. In Best Dance and Electronic Recording, Aphex Twin, Disclosure, and Skrillex are among the nominations.
I forgot about Skrillex, yeah.
Yeah, Chemical Brothers are up for one.
Love Chemical Brothers.
In Best Electronic Album, so Skrillex. I didn't realise he was still under that name. I thought he was under a different name now, but apparently not.
No, he was doing stuff under Diplo, which I think is Skrillex and someone else. Or maybe he did stuff with them, I can't remember. But he's gone back to Skrillex recently.
I don't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, then this is just like rap and pop, best country album.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think those are probably all of the ones that are like interesting to us.
Yeah.
Beatles are up for best music video.
Is that because of the re-release song?
I'm assuming, but that only just came
That
out.
only just came out. Can
I
that be
don't know.
nominated?
Troye Sivan is up as well, which is just so funny. If you watched him on YouTube in like 2012, and now he's up for a Grammy. We've had this conversation so many times. Troye Sivan was like an OG like vlogger, YouTuber, and he started making pop. He like jumped ship
Have you
when
shown me
YouTube.
him?
Yeah, I have. He
Yeah,
jumped
okay, I
ship
know
when
who you
YouTube
mean.
started declining, and he got famous really quickly for his music.
Actually, don't know who
And
you
he's
mean.
released like a new pop album this year. Anyway, he's nominated. Best music film, David Bowie's film is in there. And then there's like score soundtracks, like Barbie and Oppenheimer are both in there.
Oh, fair enough. I think we should do an episode about soundtracks.
And also just a couple. I just want to read like 2 more stats if I can find it. I don't think I'm gonna find the thing quick enough, but it's basically just saying that. Yeah, so Billie Eilish and Miley Cyrus each got 6 nominations. I can't say that word. Each of them got 6. Olivia Rodrigo got 6.
That's insane.
Taylor Swift got a bunch, but I can't find the number.
I'll see if the BBC put it up. You keep reading.
Well, that's kind of because I can't find the number. That was kind of it. But like, it's cool to see female artists. How many did she get?
7.
7.
Which
yeah.
Oh right, okay. Sorry, no. I'm getting mixed up. She's broken the record for the most nominations for Song of the Year.
Oh.
So Paul McCartney had 6 and Lionel Richie had 6. She's now the leader with 7 nominations for Best Song. That's crazy.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, just to wrap up this topic, it's cool to see all these artists like getting supported and stuff, but it just sucks to see the same 3 like pop artists like again and again and again and
even
again.
Like the old artists, like it's is it alternative when it's always the same alternative artists? You know, it's like Lana Del Rey, Arctic Monkeys, Gorillaz. Like I love them all, and they all probably deserve it. But like, surely you could find space for something different.
Yeah.
Like, it is always the same, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which kind of sucks.
Yeah, I think we could talk about this for a long time, but I don't want to start getting into like just names and statistics and all that.
Yeah.
Got one more topic.
One more topic, that we should talk about. So this is kind of very specific, but it's just really cool to see a lineup like this. So we're going to talk about festival lineup. Now, anyone who used to watch our show knows we love to talk about festival lineups.
We used to have like a dedicated segment when we were on radio.
I think it's fun because it's a really fun way to know who's active in the scene right now. And also it's just a really fun way to like talk about like ifs and maybes, like what could we go to, what could we see this year. So Download announced their 21st lineup.
I've always wanted to go Download.
Yeah, same. I've heard really good things about the festival. It's exactly our kind of thing.
This might be the year.
So I'll read it out. The lineup headliners consist of some pretty big hitters. I'll make a quick point after we've read them. So the main headliners are Queens of the Stone Age, Fall Out Boy, and Avenged Sevenfold. I think, even though only one of those bands I actually like, because I'm not a fan of Fall Out Boy and I'm not a fan of Avenged Sevenfold, I think it's pretty sick because Queens of the Stone Age are there. Did you know that there's actually a lot of backlash?
What? Because they got Fall Out Boy again?
And Queens of the Stone Age. People have been calling it a Reading and Leeds lineup.
Why is that?
Because
I guess because
it's not metal.
Because people want metal, yeah.
People are saying...
Yeah, Avenged Sevenfold is the one that makes sense the most. Pantera should be a headliner.
So Pantera are a sub-headliner, and people are saying that there should be like one of the old classics that they normally do. They normally put in Kiss, Iron Maiden,
Ozzy Osbourne.
Like that. Yeah. But then people are also saying, they do that every single year.
Yeah, like, that's why it's
a bit
very
boring.
Yeah, the headliners are usually really like samey.
That's my problem. That's why I think I've never been that excited about Download, because even though all the small bands look amazing, I'm not normally fussed by the headliners, and it's like hard to justify spending that money when none of the headliners are your kind of thing. But like, It would be fun to see all of these
Yeah.
bands. Even if I'm not a huge fan, they'd still be fun to
Yeah.
watch. And Queens of the Stone Age, for
Yeah,
anyone who
we were
doesn't
meant
know,
to see them a couple of years ago, and then
yeah, they're my favourite band of all time, flat out. And I've only seen them once and twice now. I was meant to see them, and they've pulled out, which sucks a lot. So I'm really hoping to see them. Sub-headliners. You want to take it away?
There's Royal Blood, supposedly on the same day as Queens of the Stone Age. They'll run up into each other, which is a
same crowd.
Really,
that's awesome.
Yeah, that's a really smooth transition. Offspring before Fall Out Boy. I've always wanted to see the Offspring.
Should have worn your t-shirt.
Oh, should have. I've always wanted to see the Offspring. That would be so much fun. And again, that's a good pairing. Before Avenged Sevenfold, it's Machine Head. Not that fussed, but I bet they'll be cool. Pantera are playing as well. First UK appearance in 20 years, which is pretty cool. And then the smaller groups are all good. There's Corey Taylor. I'm not going to read them all, but just a couple that we like. Corey Taylor is the singer of Slipknot. Sum 41, Sick. Baby Metal, I've always wanted to see.
It's going to be hilarious.
It's so fun. If you don't know who Baby Metal are, they're a group, they got really famous when they started out in like 2012. They were these Japanese like preteen girls who played like, I'm pretty sure they're Japanese.
Not Korean.
Pretty sure, but I could be wrong. But they play like heavy metal with like Japanese like poppy lyrics over the top. They're great. The Used, like Emo Legends, Bowling for Soup would be funny.
But Billy Talent, you're missing one of the biggest ones. I love Billy Talent. I saw them at Reading and they're actually really good as well. Yeah.
One we're really excited for is All Them Witches.
I cannot explain. Sorry, I just need a second.
We're huge fans.
I think All Them Witches is one of the best like stoner rock, blues rock bands of all time. And them not being huge outside of like their scene meant that I thought I'd never get to see them living in the UK, etc., etc. I missed them when they did tour, and this is literally like been served on a plate for me. With all the other bands, I can't say no. I'm just so excited.
Tiger Cub as well. The Bluestones, we've interviewed them. They're really cool.
Yep. Calva Louise, who I've interviewed as well.
Wargasm are cool. There's
really
loads.
Cool.
Yeah, all the small artists are really cool.
Yeah, if you're into your rock music and you live in the UK, I recommend. Is that Polyphia? Oh my god, Polyphia there as well. No
way.
Yeah.
That's
Tim Henderson.
Polyphia's sick.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, really cool lineup. Like that one. We might have to get tickets.
I think we probably will. So if anybody goes, you might see us there. That'd be pretty cool.
But anyway,
I think that's it.
I think those are our first few topics. Like before, we want to play a game.
Yes. We've got quite a funny one this
quiz
week.
Again. Okay, so the game for this week, we were kind of racking our brains and we didn't have a lot of time to prep. And I remembered I'm a big fan of the XFM Ricky Gervais show. When it was
this is so funny.
When it was on XFM, which is now Radio X. And Carl Pilkington, I'm stealing his game, but it's fine because he stole it from, I believe he stole it from like Mockbusters and he called it Rockbusters. And just every week he would come up with, I'm not sure like how to describe it, but like he would describe a band and then give the initials, describe them with like a riddle,
like a really obscure
random
clue.
Yeah,
give the example.
I'm going to give the same example.
Yeah.
So I was in so this is the example. I was in Texas, I tripped and landed on my knees in a puddle, and the initials of the band or artist is WH.
So the answer is Whitney Houston, as in
Wet Knee Houston.
Yeah.
I was in Texas, I tripped and landed on my knees in a puddle. Wet knee.
This is going to be so hard.
So they're really random, they're really hard. I'm hoping maybe in future we'll come up with our own. Maybe that will be not as hard and funny. But I think we're going to just do like a couple each. We've got a bunch up here. You guys are going to be able to see it.
Yeah.
If you're watching and not listening. Yeah. Should I start?
Yeah, so we're going to do 5 each. And does it do it in order?
We can still only do those ones.
Okay, yeah. Go on, give it a go.
Can I pull this a bit closer,
Yes,
please?
you may.
Thank you. Okay, so the first one I think I can get.
So
the
bloody hell.
Callum really
He
hit the
broke
table. So the clue is that will never get off the ground, and the band or artist initials are LZ.
Okay, I get that one.
So that's Led Zeppelin.
Okay, that's not how you spell it. It's I-L. Yeah.
I got it right. So the second one, I really love that woman. I love everything she does. And the initials M.
Oh my gosh, that's hard.
That's really
I
hard.
really love that woman. I love everything she does.
I don't know if I can get that. That's really hard. It's not like Mother, is it?
I mean, try it.
No.
Oh my god, does it not? Can you not skip?
No, it's. Have you never played on this website before?
Yeah.
You can do any of them.
Can't click.
Yes, you can.
You can't.
No, it's not like that. Okay, look, I'll show you.
Oh,
You're not understanding how this website works.
Okay, yes, I do remember now. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Okay. I really love that woman. I love everything she does. Initial M. I don't know if I can get that one. You've been dunking that for too long. LB. Oh my god, that's Limp Bizkit.
That's really funny.
Don't be selfish. Hand some of it out to your mates.
I know that one.
C.
I know that one.
I can't get that.
You can get that. Come on.
Cash. No. Is it someone I like?
No. It's someone you know. Everyone knows them. It's really funny, that one.
I can't get it. I don't know who it is.
Try the next one.
Okay. The clue is I'll take that book to the toilet.
I know
with
this
me.
one as well. I know this one.
LR.
Yeah, this is quite funny.
Long read. I don't know. What is that?
You're really close. You're really close.
Long.
This is really funny that you can't get this.
I don't know who that is. I don't know. I can't get any of these.
You gotta try. By the way, you've got till 5 minutes, I'm saying, because then I get 5 minutes. So you have 2.5 minutes.
Okay.
Or until you give up.
No, I'm gonna give up in a minute because I can't do these. I can't get that. I'll take that book to the toilet. How is it not long read?
I know what it is. This is so frustrating.
Oh my god, it's Lou Reed.
It's Lou Reed. I'll take that book to the toilet. Lou Reed. That's really funny.
Don't be selfish. Hand some of it out to your mate.
I'm surprised you can't get that one.
It's not Conkers.
What is Conkers?
Like Conkers.
It's not a band or an artist.
I don't know. Maybe it is, and I don't know who they are.
Come on.
I've got 3 out of 5 so far.
Think about famous people with the initial C.
I don't know.
Oh, you're gonna kill yourself. You can't get this. Sorry, it was a bit harsh. I mean, kick yourself.
Over this game. How is it not like Johnny Cash?
It's a single letter. It's not 2 letters. So it's like a band with one name or a person with one name.
I can't get it.
Give up?
I'm going to try the other one more time. I really love that woman. I love everything she does, and it begins with M.
I can't get that one either. I keep want to say Michael.
Michael?
Just Michael. No Jackson. Just Michael.
I can't get the C. I give up. I can't get the C.
You giving up?
Yeah, I give up.
Okay, so the C.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be selfish. Hand some of it to your mates is share.
So dumb.
That's
funny. So dumb.
That's so
funny. Stupid.
All right.
I want to see.
Sorry, I'll do my 5. So I think I've already got 1. So
cheater, you've had
no, I've made a point
yours.
not to read them. I did notice it earlier, and I think I picked it up quite quick. So the one I know is the second one on my list. So it's at the moment I'm in a river full of logs, and it's JT. It's Justin Timberlake.
At the moment, I'm in a river full of logs.
Justin Timberlake. That's so funny. That's really funny.
Justin Timberlake, that's so good.
Okay, so we've got that army has got some well nice trenches. DW. Do you know it? Is it like Dogwell or something like that?
Wow.
I don't know if that's a real person. I'm going to try it.
I don't think that's a real person.
No, I think I've made that up.
You've made that.
That's hard. Okay, I'll go to this one.
A clue.
If there was a Jamaican fella on the Titanic, he might have screamed like this.
And it's CB.
What? CB. If there was a Jamaican fella on the Titanic, he might have screamed this. What is that? So hard.
That's really hard.
This is really
This is hard.
Okay, my next one is Chanel have got another perfume out.
N-O.
N-O. Not enough. No. I should be thinking of musicians and artists with these initials. That's easier. CB. N-O. This is really hard.
This is hard. I might win.
The Australian picks two blokes.
E.
Enya. I don't know. I'm making that up.
Picks two blokes. What does that mean?
Picks two blokes each.
Each a year or something.
Each year. Each year. Each of you.
No, because that would be more than one initial.
E. How does an Australian pick two blokes? This is so hard.
This is really hard.
Yours were easy. I knew yours. Why have I got the hard ones? Okay, that army has got some well nice trenches. DW.
Try like deep something.
Deep water? No, that doesn't make any sense. Something about war?
Maybe.
Like these. This is impossible. I just can't get this.
I just realised this is really ugly on the screen.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, everyone who's watching on YouTube. Can I just say, I've gotten a different one that we're not playing.
Yeah.
You're asked if you want that bit of the egg. You think about it, but decide against it. And it's Y-O. Yoko Ono.
We'll put that in just so we can say we got it. That's really funny.
Yoko Ono.
Oh no.
Yeah, I can't really help you with yours. You've got really hard ones.
If there was a Jamaican fella on the Titanic, he might have screamed this. What
CB.
The hell does that
What
mean?
bands begin with CB?
Well, I think that's a name, I reckon, CB.
Yeah.
I was thinking like, it's going to be something really stupid. It's going to be so stupid. CB.
You have like 40 seconds left.
Yeah. Child. Nah, I can't think of this.
Do you give up?
Yeah, I think I give up.
Do you want to press the button?
Just not going to get any of them, am I?
Dandy Warhols!
That's terrible. All right, so.
That's so
Oh
funny.
my god. All right, let's go through all of them.
Oh my god, okay.
So.
Right, so I got, obviously we already know the three that I got right.
Yeah.
Callum told me the Cher one, so I didn't get a point for that. The one that I didn't get that was, I really love that woman. I love everything she does. That was M, was Madonna, Mad on Her.
That's terrible. That's so hard.
I should have gotten that. We should have gotten that.
So The Dandy has got some. No, that army has got some nice trenches. DW.
Dandy
Warhols. No,
Warhols.
that's impossible. I was never going to get that.
It makes sense though. It makes sense.
I've never heard of this one, so that's fair enough.
That's if there was a Jamaican fella on the Titanic, he might have screamed this CB, and it's Chris de Burgh, and then in accent in brackets it's meant to be what the accent would be.
Christ de Burgh. Yeah, okay, I kind of see what they're going for.
I think we're aged at like under that one. We should have got that one.
Okay, both of these I should have got. So Chanel have got another perfume out. NO. New Order, New Odor.
That's quite funny.
That is quite funny. And then the Australian picks two blokes. E. M and M, as in Eminem. Eminem.
Oh gosh. Those are good.
Oh, that was quite funny. Oh, I'm actually really annoyed by them though. I'm literally you've 2-0'd me in games so far.
I have. I'm winning.
I knew like half of yours as well. It's really annoying. Well done.
I
Congratulations.
won, which means thank you. Which means that I get to finish us off. And I get to pick the second topic.
Yeah. Take us away.
There's a couple of things that I want to talk about. I think I'm going to save one for next week though. But I think I want to talk about the films that have come out this summer / winter, and the soundtracks. And I want to talk about 3 that are equally as big and all completely different. And those 3 are Oppenheimer, Barbie, and Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yes. I'm really glad you said them.
They all have completely different soundtracks. Couldn't be more different, but each is so integral to the success of the film. Like really integral to why people went to see them, why they've been so popular. I think in a way, like more so, like more in collective, like society appreciation of the film than past films. For so many films in a row to have that kind of appreciation for the soundtrack. I'll start with Oppenheimer. No, I'll start with Barbie actually, because Barbie, a huge, obviously, like if you know, like their marketing strategy for a year was just insane.
Oh, it's incredible.
Yeah, so products in every store, like, you know, there's a whole thing. I won't go into it, but a big part of that marketing was the soundtrack, and the album was hyped for ages before.
Yeah, remember when they announced all the musicians?
Yeah,
it was an incredible list.
Like A-list lineup. And that was partly what made people want to watch the film, because like, oh, it's got Ice Spice on it. Like,
well, like it also had people stuff for everyone. Like for me, I was excited about Tame Impala being on it.
Yeah, same. Yeah,
like,
Tame Impala.
Cool,
yeah. Yeah, I'm not knocking it. Like, it was a really cool all around the soundtrack, and yeah, and that really got a lot of people in for the film. And the soundtrack was very, very integrated into the film of Barbie, like with the Lizzo song in the beginning.
Yeah, and that the dance scene as well.
Yeah, and with the Dua Lipa one. Yeah, like it's all super integrated. Like it was very cool. With Oppenheimer, it was obviously different because it's a score. But it was just so integral to the film because of I talked a bit about this, but Oppenheimer was made, for me, it's very similar to A Streetcar Named Desire, which was an old play, and it had very, I'm not really sure how to like word this, but like psychedelic, trippy elements to it, where the audience of the play would see and hear what the character was seeing and hearing in her like mental delusions. And Oppenheimer had that with the soundtrack that was really cool. Like the main thing that goes through it is like the stomping of the feet. When he does the conference after they drop the bomb, and the stomping of the feet is like equivalent, like the dread that it builds is like whenever he's having like a tense moment, you hear the stomping of the feet.
And the other thing in the score. The other thing I noticed was the really like staccato, like really quick and high pitched violins.
Yeah.
Like really
it's like
intense.
His mind working. Yeah. And those kind of elements were really cool because they were really moving, like beautiful pieces in the soundtrack, like amazing pieces of music. But the way that it was written was so amazing because it was so intertwined with the story that the soundtrack was sort of representative of like what was going on in his head. And something interesting as well was that there were no drums used at all in that soundtrack. Intentionally, there's no drums at all in the whole film because it's making an anti-military statement with that. They didn't want any drums at all because they thought it would like align him with like a military sound.
That makes
so
sense.
It's all like electronic and like violin and stuff like that.
And I think it's orchestral. Is that sense?
Yeah, it's very orchestral. Yeah. So I think that's interesting. I'm just whipping through these, and then obviously you can go into depth if you want. And then the last one is Killers of the Flower Moon, which again is a score. But very different because they actually, if you don't know, the film is about like the Osage tribe and like the atrocities that were committed. It's amazing. And the score is a lot of it is very tribal, and even the more like rocky bluesy songs have tribal elements. And they had like Osage people on the score and contributing to the film throughout and making sure everything was like really authentic. So it's a really cool, like fresh sound, and it goes with the film so well. But there are slight modern twists on it, like the bass lines and stuff, and it's really intense and like it's cool. But yeah, I'm gonna let you speak now because I just talked for ages.
That's all right. I think we needed that. Like,
to give you like context for all the films I'm talking about.
Yeah. I agree. I think all three of those films, the soundtrack was so important. And I think it was really interesting for me. So I agree that Barbie did probably the best job at using the soundtrack as marketing as much as it was as part of the film. Like, they were so clever with what they did. Like, the songs literally being like chart songs as well as being like, they'll forever be associated with the film.
With the scenes.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I think of that Dua Lipa song as a Dua Lipa song, but it always makes me think of the film. And that's genius because like I'll never forget the film every time I hear that song now. And it was just so well like I think Mark Ronson did most of the soundtrack, I think. With like he worked with most of the other musicians, and so clever in the way that it matches the vibe, the feel, the like exact energy you'd want from that film. And then the one outlier being that Billie Eilish song.
Yeah.
Which is really beautiful, actually. It's like a really nice way to finish the film.
And they used it as score. Like, they took the chords from it and used the chords as like...
So cool. I think Oppenheimer also... I didn't use the score.
But the score got used.
Yeah, well, I was going to say they didn't use the score for marketing. This is what I was going to say. But like Nolan is infamous for having amazing scores. So like The Dark Knight, incredible score. Inception, like what's it called? Like In Time, I think is the most famous one. Like that song is literally like beloved by people who don't even watch films. Like that's just a really beautiful bit of music. God, I can't remember who does his scores. Is it Hans?
Hans Zimmer a lot of the time, yeah.
Oh, I got to be in the video.
Yeah, I was holding him, so he wasn't actually in the video. I should have put him on there earlier.
He was there the whole time.
He's our mascot.
Yeah, I think people probably went in, like I know that we did, we were like wanted to watch it in a big cinema because we knew that sound was going to be such a big part of it. And so like if it wasn't, like you want to experience it right in the best way possible. And like he's already good enough with his sound, and like he does things like using sounds, like everyday sounds in scores to like match the film. So the example is like Dunkirk, there's like ticking sounds in all the scores because it's all about like the race against time and things like that. And Inception uses like the wah sounds, right? And that's like infamous because it's like the whole sort of grand scope and science fiction side. And so like blew me away. Like we came expecting a good score and it was incredible. I think the most interesting one to talk about is for Killers of the Flower Moon though, because I'm not like, I love Scorsese films, but I actually haven't seen like loads of them. And I've never thought of them as being like score heavy. But Killers of the Flower Moon was exceptional for the same reason that you said, in that it used, like it was relevant to the time period in both ways. It was both blues rock, which was popular in those southern states in America in that time period, but it was also it had those tribal influences. So it had like chants, it had the tribal music, just actual tribal music sometimes, all like authentic from Osage tribe. I think he like made sure he had advisors for everything he did. Consulted like the actual tribe in like the modern day,
which makes it really like
makes it really
authentic when you're hearing it. It sound like it doesn't sound like they've tried; they've just done it. Like,
but for me, another thing about it is I think it was probably my favorite score of all three films.
Really,
there is something about the way it's used. Yeah, the bass line that comes in every time something really like twisted and evil is happening. So for those who haven't seen the film, I won't spoil too much.
Spoil it.
I don't want to spoil too much, but there is a lot of deception, and you as the viewer don't realize.
You don't know who's doing what.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening, and you're not sure who's doing what. And so as that slowly starts to get revealed as to what's actually happening, and you as the viewer are going, oh, this is tense, and you're going, oh my God, because you see something happen again with a bit more context, and it's like starts building up and up. And every time that bass line comes in, you know you're about to be fed like a new bit of information that's going to make you go, oh my God. And it's so well done. And then on top of that, they've got some really cool like slide guitar.
Yes, that was like my favorite bit.
Awesome. It's so
it really
cool.
made the film for me. I have a quick interjection. When I was on my phone, I was just fact checking that I didn't like make this up. But Martin Scorsese directed the video for Michael Jackson's Bad.
Did he?
Yeah.
No way.
Just something to interject.
Is that the one where they're like walking around the car park and they're all in like leather jackets?
Yeah. Just thought that was interesting and kind of relevant. But not fully relevant, but kind of relevant to this conversation.
Yeah. But what I want to say is that that was the most surprising one, because I never thought of him being like a film with score, and the score is very different. It's not orchestral so much as it is like...
It's very like earthy and grounded.
Yeah, it's very stripped back. There's a lot less happening. It reminded me of the Batman soundtrack, which had that like really simple motif that keeps coming back up. Like it was similar to that. And it just really cool. Like it took me away, because like I expected great things from the other films. I didn't expect that to blow me away in Killers of the Flower Moon, and it did.
The soundtrack isn't something I considered. I did with the other two, but not with that one.
Yeah. That's my sort of takes on them.
As I said before, Oppenheimer and Barbie are both up for Grammys. Maybe Killers of the Flower Moon was too late for the cut this year for Grammys. I'm sure it'll be up for Oscars, but it might have been. I don't know when they stopped taking submissions, but
have the Oscars been nominated as well? I don't even know.
I don't think so.
I keep up with it so much.
I also don't care that much. I know I just ranted about it for ages, but at the end of the day, it's so corporate that I think a lot of like true music fans just don't really
care much.
It's cool when your favorite artist wins, but it's so corporate that at the end of the day, don't expect too much out of it. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, I think that probably wraps us up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that was a very smooth transition into saying goodbye. Thank you all for listening.
Yeah, that was this week. If you disagree with anything that we've said, or you want to add anything, then leave a comment. We check them all the time, so we will see it.
Yeah.
Please share this if you found it interesting. Thank you for watching to the end.
If you are watching on YouTube, please give a like, subscribe, share with your friends. If you're listening on Spotify, because we did get it uploaded to Spotify.
We are on Spotify, if you didn't know.
You can leave a rating, which, takes just a couple of seconds and would really help us out. So if you liked it, please leave a rating.
And if you like it, please subscribe or follow us on Spotify, and there'll be more. And also, if you didn't know, on YouTube, we do have older interviews we've done, and we're going to be getting some more of those out and some newer ones out. We've got some really cool artists in the bank. There's going to be cool stuff coming up. So thanks for listening to today's episode. I hope you have a lovely week. And we'll see you next week. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you. Bye. Bye.